I also oversee like the middle part of the United States, including Oklahoma. I was in Tulsa a few weeks ago, so it's great to see that there's definitely interest, from the area in UT Dallas. And so I'll go ahead and start my presentation. So in my little short presentation, I'll talk a little bit more about UT Dallas's location and development, just different academic opportunities, more information about campus engagement, admission and financial aid, and then after today, how you can connect and visit us. So first, again, location and development. So for those of you that maybe aren't familiar with the University of Texas at Dallas, we have a kind of unique history in that one, first, we're a really young university. The university was founded in 1969, so the school is only about 55 years old. And then also we started from the top down. So in 1969, when the university opened, we were actually a place first for graduate research. And then it wasn't until the 70s that we had our first upperclassmen, and then it wasn't until 1990 that we had our first freshman class. So I think that's kind of unique in that we started from, like, again, the top down. And then the same three individuals that founded UT Dallas in 1969 are the same three individuals that founded Texas Instruments, who is kind of more well known for making like the graphing calculator that you use in your math class. But the university just has a really long history in the field of engineering, and just that is one of the kind of foundationals here at the university as well. So just kind of a little backstory. I always like to think that UT Dallas is the best of both worlds. So we are a medium-sized university, a little over 31,000 students, but we have the same resources that some of like the larger universities do, not only in the state, but in the US. We have a variety of major selections. We offer study abroad. We're a Carnegie R1 designated research institute, which just means that we do a lot of research here at the university. But with a smaller classroom feel, our student to faculty ratio is going to be 24-1. We'll cap a lot of our classrooms at about 60 to 70 students, and that'll be your kind of like intro classes, like intro to history, intro to college algebra. And then as you move up in your program that you're studying, they get a lot smaller as well. Just again, more information about the university and the little timeline. So we recently made the transition from a Division III to a Division II NCAA school. So now we started this fall 2025 will be the first class that we offer athletic scholarships for, since before we used to be a Division III. Esports is another big thing at the university. We have League of Legends, Super Smash Brothers, Overwatch, and then there's one that I always forget. Oh, Rocket League, that's what it is. So you can even get a scholarship for that. And then we are currently redeveloping our student union. We are gonna open up a line for our DART program, which is the Dallas Area Rapid Transit. So just to kind of get around the area easily more for our students as well. And you can bring a car to campus, but it's not required. The university is going to be 60 minutes north of downtown. I think whenever I made my drive from Richardson, because we are in the suburbs, to Tulsa, it took me about like almost 4 hours, maybe like 3.5, 4 with traffic. So we are in the suburbs, so it's a really nice, safe area, quiet, but we have local amenities. We have, where you can get your groceries, Target, like the local mall is only about 10 minutes away. But as being a UT Dallas student, and we are the home of the Comets, you get also discounted tickets to our different sporting events like the Dallas Mavericks, the Texas Rangers, as well as we have a Six Flags here that's only about 30 minutes away. Just different artistic venues like the symphony, and like different shows. I know we get discounted tickets for those as well. So there's always something to do, not only within the city here and on campus, but also outside, since we're so close to Dallas and Fort Worth as well. I'll move on and talk a little bit about our academic opportunities. The university does have 7 schools. Within those 7 schools, we offer over 150 academic programs. On the right, you'll see our more kind of popular majors at the university. I will say UT Dallas is more well known for its business engineering and science programs. That's typically what attracts a lot of our students to the university. Again, we have a lot of history in the field of engineering. Computer science will be our top program, and our most popular one. With business, 80% of our business students do have a job offer before graduating, and that's because we require all business students to complete an internship. It's part of their degree requirement, and we have, I think, over 25 Fortune 500 companies in the area, and all of them do employ our students. And with the sciences, that'll be more of like research or like a pre-health program. We are the number 3 medical feeder school in Texas and 18th in the nation, so we know a thing or two about sending students to med school post the university. Those kind of be like our big 3, but we also are known for our program in arts, technology, and emerging communications. That'll be more like animation and game development, as well as neuroscience. We're the only school in the North Texas area that offers that. And healthcare studies is a UTD only degree. Since we see a lot of students at 10 UT Dallas wanting to pursue maybe med school, dental school, become a PA, an optometrist, so on and so forth, we've created our healthcare studies program, so our students have all of the prerequisites that they need to apply to that health profession, but also have real life practical experience. They know how to run their own practice one day, and they even learn about the history of insurance in the United States, for example. Within our school, we have just different resources to, again, to help our students be successful. One of them will be HPAC, or our Health Professions Advising Center. This again will be the main driving force in helping our students go from UT Dallas to that next school of choice. They do seminars, so our students practice, what their answers for their medical school interview. They also do MCAT prep. They also let students know who may be in the area is offering a shadowing opportunity where you can volunteer. That way their resume is stacked and they're competitive when they're applying. And again, they're number 3 medical feeder school in Texas and 18th in the nation. We also have our pre-law advising center. This will be for those students that know they want to go to law school post UT Dallas. We have an 80% acceptance rate. They help with LSAT prep, as well as helping students fill out their law school applications. We even have a replica of a Texas courtroom on campus. That way everyone can kind of get those jitters out of the way of saying your honor, for example. We also have mock trial, mediation, moot court, and our students do compete across the United States. And again, so they have that on their resume, and again, they get those jitters kind of like out of the way. Last but not least will be our Teacher Development Center. This will be for those that know they want to teach after graduating from UT Dallas, whether that's in the state of Texas or across the United States. We offer certifications in elementary, middle, and high school. And we do have a 100% passing rate. So everyone that has attended UT Dallas that wanted to be a teacher is currently a practicing teacher, again, in the state or just across the United States. And we also pay our students for student teaching that last semester when they're fully immersed in the classroom. Typically, it's kind of like an unpaid internship, but thankfully, we have a program where we can pay students, and so they're earning a little bit of money for that service and learning experience that they're receiving. I'll move on and talk a little bit about campus engagement. So I do want to let everyone know that living on campus is not required for UT Dallas. It is optional. If you wanted to live on campus, which I would assume so, because you guys are a little further away, as a new incoming freshman, you would get to live in University Commons, which is going to be the top left picture. That's going to be our residence halls. It's the same layout, and they're all suite style. So you would get your own room. You don't have to worry about your roommate snoring or like stealing your Oreos. You get your own privacy. You get to lock the door. But you do have 2 immediate roommates. They also have their own individual room. Really, what you're sharing between the 3 of you is going to be your living room and the bathroom area. And even then, the bathroom area is separate. So someone can be taking care of business in the restroom, someone's showering, someone is brushing their teeth, and everyone gets their own individual sink. So no one is fighting over who's going to shower first, and you all are trying to make it to your 8 a.m. Everyone can get to class on time and take the time they need to get ready as well. After living on campus your first year, you could live on campus in one of our apartments, which would be King and Creek Heights, the bottom left picture, and then the picture on the right of University Village. They're just 2 apartment complexes. The difference is that King and Creek Heights is furnished, so you have your bed frame, dresser, all of that already included in your apartment, whereas University Village is more your traditional apartment layout where you have to bring everything. But again, we do not require students to live on campus, so maybe you live on campus your first year, and after that, you want to live off campus with a group of friends in an apartment or a house. You could definitely do that. Or maybe you have family in the area and it's more affordable for you to live with them all 4 years and make like a 10-minute commute to campus. Whatever works best for you, you can definitely do with us at UT Dallas. But within University Commons are dorms. We do have what are called living learning communities or LLCs. So our living learning communities, this is a program that's open to all students. It is on a first come first serve basis, and it is defined by like major or like grouping of majors. So for example, within engineering, maybe you represent mechanical, one of your roommates represents electrical, the other one represents software. But you're all engineering majors, and you take classes together, so you'll definitely see your roommates in some of your classes, or just like everyone in your hall will be within this program, and so you'll see them in your classes as well. It's a great way to kind of make those first study buddies or first friends on campus. The resident assistant or RA, we actually call them here PAs, they're peer advisors. They are also a student within that kind of that grouping, so it's like a mentor that you already have. They'll do different like study sessions whenever like midterms and finals are coming up. They'll do different programming. So again, it's a really great program, and it's at no additional cost, but you just do have to opt into the program. And for some of the other ones that are major specific, like computer science, then that means you and your roommates and the entire wing of the residence hall would be all computer science students. For housing, students can apply for housing post admission to UT Dallas. And so I think for this upcoming fall semester, if anyone is like a senior currently on the call, the application just opened on Friday, so you haven't missed anything and you have plenty of time. The deadline for the application isn't until April, but again, since it is on a first come first serve basis, we do just recommend everyone to apply earlier. That way they can get housing situated on the earlier end. At the university, we also have over 350 student organizations, anything from related to academics, like our undergraduate accounting club, to our women engineering club, to clubs that relate to volunteerism, political groups, religious groups, as well as Greek life, student government. So we have a little of everything. We even have what I call kind of like special interest, and that would be we have a Pokemon Go club. We have a club that does like cookouts every Friday. I recently discovered we have a I can't remember what I think it's like the Cat Coalition. It's like a group on campus that feeds the stray cats on campus. So there's a little of everything that students can definitely get involved and kind of find their group of friends here at the university. With so many organizations, the nice thing is that every semester, both in the fall and the spring, we have like a big activities day fair where every group on campus has like a little booth. They can learn more about that group, and you've now joined like a new club on campus. So there's always something to do on campus, or there's an event produced by one of the student organizations that we have. So I'll move on to information about admissions and financial aid. So this information will be for, again, any of you on the call that are currently seniors. The admission requirements and deadlines always stay the same, so nothing truly changes. But for anyone that's currently a senior, you can apply to UT Dallas. You have until May 1st of senior year to apply, so plenty of time. I always try to recommend the December 1st deadline. December 1st is tied to some of our different like scholarship programs, or just the earlier you apply and you're reviewed for admission to UT Dallas, you can then now kind of get an early start on additional next steps, like applying for housing, maybe applying to the honors college, or supplementally applying to a specific scholarship program. It's always best, you'll kind of see as you kind of explore colleges, to apply early, get everything out of the way. That way you can maximize your opportunity. So I recommend December the 1st, but if anything, you have until May 1st of senior year. For your application, on the right side will be all of the application items that you need to submit. Once we have these main 4 items, we can review you for admission, and it takes about 4 to 6 weeks to hear back from UT Dallas. So we need your complete app through Common App or Apply Texas. I think with y'all being from Oklahoma, Common App will be the most popular option. There is a $50 application fee associated with applying to UT Dallas, or we do accept fee waivers from College Board, ACT, or like the NACAC waiver. We'll need a copy of your official transcript from your school to be sent to UT Dallas. And then we are currently test optional. So as seniors, if you have a test score, awesome, you can send it our way. If not, not a problem. You don't, or if you have one but you don't want to send it, that's totally fine as well. Submitting or not submitting a test score will not hurt you negatively, either option for admission or scholarship review. But if you select that, yes, you want to be reviewed as test optional within our application, that takes care of that item, and you don't have to do anything additionally. Overall, for our admission review criteria, we don't have certain specific metrics like a specific minimum GPA, rank, test score, anything like that you need to be eligible to apply to UT Dallas. We just do the holistic review. So we just look at everything on your application. Yes, we'll look at your coursework that you've completed through your school, how you've done in that coursework, if you've taken advantage of maybe rigorous courses within your school, like AP, IB, dual credit, high school rank and GPA if provided. Rank, some schools rank everyone, some schools don't. GPA, whether it's weighted or unweighted, what is shared on your high school transcript is just what we take into consideration. Again, test scores if available, but you don't have to submit one. Preparation for and ability to be successful in intended major just means that we're going to look at the subjects that relate to your future major at UT Dallas. For example, with computer science, we're going to look at math and your math and science coursework. For like business, your math classes, we're not necessarily looking to see that you've completed certain courses. Again, just how you've done in the subjects that relate to your future major. Resume, essay, and letters of rec are not required, but I highly recommend that you do submit them. Don't skip out on them. The information shared in these documents can help you not only for admission review, but also for scholarship consideration. Your resume can be your traditional one page, or it can be an extended resume. The essay within Common App, there's like 7 prompts. Whichever one you answer is what we will read. And then letters of rec can come from anyone, a current or past teacher, your high school counselor, your pastor at church, your troop leader, if you're a Boy Scout, whoever is like head of a specific like group that you're a part of, your pastor at church, your supervisor at work. Really, anyone can write a letter for you, just not mom and dad. They're the only option. They don't count. And again, that's all that we look at for admission review for UT Dallas. We'll skip that one because that's an extra slide on there. But moving on a little bit into financial aid, I do like to share that 61% of our graduating seniors at UT Dallas do graduate without any student debt, which is really good compared to the national average and then also within the rest of the state of Texas. So we do try as much as we can to make it possible where receiving your education at UT Dallas doesn't cost you an arm and a leg. With that, I'll move on to talk a little bit about tuition. So I know it looks a little daunting, but don't worry, we'll break it down. So at the top will be tuition, which is currently $14,600. With being residents of Oklahoma, you are grandfathered into this rate of tuition, plus an additional 30 hours per credit. So I know technically you are out-of-state students, but when it comes to tuition, you will not be paying that 40,000 number. You're going to be paying closer to that 14,600. Tuition is going to be the same for everyone, regardless of major. And then we do cap tuition at 12 credit hours. So once you are a full-time student, if you're wanting to get ahead in your program, or maybe you're wanting to take like an additional class because there's a professor that you really want to take a class with that's only offered in that semester, we here at UT Dallas, we're not going to charge you more for wanting to get ahead or take that additional class. So the rate of tuition is the same once you are a full-time student. With everything else, there is definitely wiggle room with housing and food. That would be if you live in University Commons with the most expensive meal plan, which is unlimited meals. Maybe you're not really a breakfast person. You just kind of like snack at lunch and you really just kind of eat more of a bigger dinner. Well, then maybe you don't need an unlimited meal plan, just one with a select amount of meal types, things like that. With books, you don't have to buy your books new. You can rent them, you can share a textbook, or I know whenever I took Intro to Sociology my freshman year, our teacher shared with us like the e-reader version of the textbook for 2 weeks. It was like a free trial. And so I printed my textbook and that was my textbook for $40. So again, there's definitely wiggle room in that. Transport would be if you bring like your car, like gas, insurance. Again, you don't have to bring a car to campus, but if you do, you definitely can have it and you can park it here at the university, not a problem. And personal is really just, I guess, additional spending money. Like maybe you want to have money to eat at Chick-fil-A, Starbucks, Panda, the different restaurants that we have. Maybe you only get to get Starbucks once a week, or you pack your own lunch. So again, there is definitely wiggle room around all of these numbers. The only one that would be the same would be tuition. And again, as residents of Oklahoma, you are counted as, you do receive the in-state rate versus the out-of-state rate when it comes to tuition. We also like to share with everyone that at UT Dallas, we have what's called our Comet Promise program. So Comet Promise is a program that we have here at UT Dallas to help alleviate again that cost of tuition for the university. In order to be eligible, you do have to have a FAFSA test on file. You have to be admitted to UT Dallas by the deadline shown on here. And then I know the number says 65, but I just got updated to 85. So if you and your family make less than $85,000 a year, and you submit all of the other items and meet the other requirements listed on here, then tuition will be covered for you at UT Dallas. So let's say tuition is 15,000, for example. You have FAFSA, you maybe have like a scholarship, and all of that covers $10,000. You still have $5,000 left for your tuition. And if you are eligible for the program, that's where UT Dallas will come in and cover the rest. And again, just the biggest thing is, again, applying early to the university. And again, why we recommend sort of that December 1st deadline. Moving on to scholarships, we have a variety of scholarships at UT Dallas. The most important thing to kind of know about our scholarships is that unfortunately, we don't have like one big scholarship application and then we match you to everything. Students do have to go a little out of their way to individually apply to the different scholarship programs that we have, see if they're eligible based on the eligibility requirements posted for each scholarship. Our academic excellence scholarship is the only one that has that automatic review process if you meet our December 1st deadline. So another reason why we kind of push December the 1st to really maximize those opportunities because you would be reviewed for the scholarship. Some of the others are also open to you, and if even if you are an out-of-state student, but again, they have early December, January deadlines, or they require you to be admitted before you can apply. So why we will highly recommend that you apply early to UT Dallas if possible. And so I'll talk a little bit more about how after today you can connect and visit with me or with the university. So we have campus tours, probably the best way to kind of see if UT Dallas will be your home away from home. We have campus tours at 10 a.m. and at 2 p.m. Monday through Friday. I know we are a little further away, but maybe you guys have like fall break coming up or you don't have school on a Friday or Monday. You're able to make the drive, come visit us. We also do in-person and virtual appointments with admission counselors. So that's me. I'm your admission counselor. So if after today you have more questions or maybe your parents want to be a part of the conversation and they have questions, reach out to me and then I can definitely get you in my schedule. Not a problem. We also have a variety of different prospective student events. Our biggest one will be Scholars Day. It's our big open house that we host on select Saturdays. We had one in October. We have one this Saturday. We'll have one again in March. It's a really best way to kind of do it all in the same day. You can tour the university, you can tour our residence halls, you can learn more about the major you're interested in, get to talk with current students, just learn more about the university. And if you're a junior or senior and you attend our Scholars Day event, we waive your application fee. And then last but not least is just our general admission information that I listed here at the bottom. Our office is open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can give us a call or email us anytime that you reach out to our office. You talk to as an admission counselor. But since I am your specific admission counselor, I went ahead and I listed my contact information on here. So that's my email, that's my phone number. And again, any questions that you may have or your parents may have, I am here to make the process be a little less daunting. I know the college search can sometimes be a little crazy, but I'm here to answer any of those questions, facilitate in any way that I can. Definitely feel free to reach out to me or give me a call after today. I do sometimes visit Oklahoma. So I visited again, like I said, a couple of weeks ago. So I'll definitely visit in the spring again. Maybe we can even meet in person or I'll get to see you on campus as well. After